Good morning, everyone. My name is John Amato. I'm the TPMS technical trainer with Autel. I'd like to start by just thanking TIA. This is our first year participating in TPMS at 10, and we're really excited to be here. This year's topic is universal programmable sensors. And I think an important thing to start with is really understanding the state of our industry and really why repairers, distributors, and manufacturers have embraced universal programmable sensor technology. So what are the advantages? One sensor SKU, where we can create a sensor for virtually any vehicle on the market without having to stock multiple sensors in multiple configurations with metal or rubber stems. There's a modularity and adaptability that's come to the products that has given the customers a lot of advantages. We can also program the sensors with different IDs. With a direct fit application or with a OE application, we're not able to change the sensor ID to match existing vehicle information. Huge advantage. It also decreases customer wait times. In years past, repair shops had to order a sensor from the local shop, parts store rather, and they'd wait for it to be delivered where the car would be taking up space in the bay or using a jack, and you would hope that the right part arrived. So being able to stock these sensors in the stores has given the customers the ability to expedite service and actually make their bays run much more efficiently. Replacement sensors are available at a lower cost, and that brings them into the range of affordability for customers that might not otherwise be able to afford full-priced factory sensors. And of course, there's no longer a risk of not having the correct part number or a question of availability because the sensors are adaptable to any application. So just to talk a little bit about the Autel approach to TPMS. At the very core of our business started 15 years ago in deep diagnostics, module programming, bidirectional controls, component activation. So we try to stay at the very forefront of emerging vehicle technologies, offer service solutions for all vehicle systems. So through the years, we've been able to compile a large pool of data, and part of that information, in addition to software intelligence, has taught us what technicians want, what type of software interfaces work, how do we decrease learning curves. So we draw from our diagnostic experience and that vast pool of information to create our TPMS program. Primarily as a tool manufacturer and a software company, we feel that the greatest advantage to the Autel 1 sensor is the TS508 TPMS tool. So we feel that the tools are where the real strength in our sensor program lie. We streamline processes, we create a diagnostic interface that we feel is the most user-friendly, simple, easy to integrate into shop environments. And we use a icon-based system, as you see in our TPMS status screen. What we do is we first start by activating the sensors with our tool, and the tool will then ask you to plug into the car. So we're not only performing the diagnosis by using the data we collect from the sensors themselves, but we're combining that with module data. So the TPMS status screen is going to give us a complete picture of everything in the system. We display icons in green for systems that are correct, and for areas that require corrective action, we display it in red. So as you can see, we have a low battery condition at the left rear. We have pressures that need to be adjusted in the front left and right rear. And we could see that there's a mismatched ID in the right rear as well. And that was just from retrieving the module data and comparing it to the information we collect from the sensors. Another thing that we're very proud to offer with the TS508 is free updates for life. And how do we do that? And how do we stress how valuable those updates are? Although when something comes at no cost, it's kind of easy to say, well, maybe there's less value or less effort going into them. But because of the diagnostic side of our business and our constant need to develop software for all vehicle systems, could be 12 modules for a simple vehicle, or 70 for a more complicated European car, we'll always have that wealth of knowledge to pull the small bits of information that we need for the TPMS program from. So what is the way forward for the industry? And what can we look forward to in the future? I think as friends in the industry and competitors, I think we can all agree that everyone, all the field personnel, the trainers, the salespeople have been doing tremendous work out there, long nights, a lot of travel, multiple cities, to try to dispel some of the myths and the difficulties and also the fears that a lot of end users have of TPMS. So I believe the industry deserves a lot of credit for their effort. We see an increased understanding of TPMS and a willingness for the industry to embrace it as not something that's a necessary evil, but as a tremendous opportunity for growth and an opportunity to increase their revenues. So great innovative products have increased technician confidence and allowed them to bring TPMS sensors to the forefront of their emerging segments. So all of the competition that we've had in our industry, and I'll leave you with this, has led to great innovation. All of the companies and manufacturers have been designing better products. They're better engineered, more reliable, and this trend is certainly going to continue forward. So thank you very much, everyone.